Hello everyone, welcome to Unicorn Dust Designs. Today we are going to get into some thrifted home decor upcycles, either for resale or for me to keep around the home for myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. You guys, did you see the thrift haul on Thursday? Because I scored this little, I know it's hard to see, like baby's bed, this handmade wood baby's bed, baby doll bed. It at Savers, you guys, it was $3.99. That's my I'm excited voice, just so you guys know. And I was like, I want to flip this for Montgomery. I mean, even Everly, she still plays with baby dolls and stuff too. So I thought, you know what, let's add some molds to it. I'm going to use one of the new JRV cottage colors. That way it's a little bit more less work. And I'm also going to take measurements on this because I feel like we need to make this ourselves. I mean, too, I could like probably resell these in my booth. I don't know. How fun. Okay, let's get started. I take some of these resin pieces that I made from the Swags mold. I think I might have 3 of them in stock right now. I'm going to adhere them with Quick and Thick Titebond and my hot glue. Unfortunately, I couldn't show you the headboard because of the weird angle of this little baby's bed. But we are going to apply it to the footboard, and then I did one to the inside of the headboard as well. We're going to take Plum Pudding by JRV Cottage Colors, and we are going to apply 2 coats to this. Now, if you are new to my channel, the JRV Cottage Colors are a part of the DIY line, except they are different in that they have a built-in sealer in them. So it takes one of the steps out of crafting or upcycling furniture, which I absolutely love. So it does need 2 coats. Once that is completely dried, I got, look at how cute. Oh my gosh, you guys. Do you see the mold right there? So the swag right there, and then what they almost look like earrings, all of that comes in the same mold. And I am now going to apply some gilded gold wax to my molds. Now, usually I only put like a little bit on my finger, but in this case, I am going to be putting a hefty amount. You could see like there's a lot on there because I really want all of these florals to pop out against that plum pudding. And I put this on all of the molds that are on this baby bed. Look at how gorgeous that is and how it makes it really just jump out at you. Now I'm going to go into the Lovers of Flowers transfer book, and this is a part of the new release of IOD. I wanted something on like the back of the headboard and the inside of the footboard. So I chose this tea rose image, and like all transfers, I'm just going to apply a little pressure, use my tool that comes with all of your transfers, push down as I lift up, and transfers stick so nicely to the JRB Cottage Colors. We're gonna burnish that baby in, and then like I said, I did add something to the footboard as well. Now we do have to seal the transfer. We don't have to seal the paint, but the transfer we do. So I got some clear DIY wax on a microfiber cloth, and I am just buffing that in very well. I didn't want to have to go in with liquid patina or big top because then it would change the finish on the bed, which I didn't want. And this is how it turned out. I think it is so gorgeous. This would be a beautiful decor piece on its own. I mean, exactly how I finished it with the books and everything, but I did give it to Montgomery. She loves it, and whoever made this with the screws was genius because of course she wanted to sit on it right away. But I think this is such a cute addition to Montgomery's room, and when she is done using it, I could always use it as decor. So it's kind of a win-win here for me, but we will definitely be making this bed out of some wood in future videos. I found this beauty, you guys. in that bedroom I'm cleaning out. I tried cleaning it for the most part, but I thought we can make a cute sign with this. It looks like it was a chalkboard, but it was, I wiped it off with a baby wipe, and now the baby wipe stuff is all over this. Got to utilize all those baby wipes I have, you know. But I thought we can make a cute sign, an updated sign with this, but this definitely needs to be repainted. So I'm going to use Anvil by the JRV Cottage Colors, because once again, I don't want to have to like seal it or take that extra, you know, time. And then I'm going to leave the frame as is because I love the distressed look of it. So we're just going to paint the inside and then accessorize it. Going in with Anvil by the JRV Cottage Colors. I think I used the Cottage Colors in all of them because I wanted to take out the step of sealing stuff. This black is like a true black. It is amazing. I hardly had any streaking. And then the JRV Cottage Colors are self-leveling as well. So that was perfect for this sign. After the Anvil was dried, I'm going to take out the cursive IOD stamps and then the typesetting stamps. Now, the cursive stamps are retired. I just found that out. But the typesetting stamps I do have in stock. So I am going to take my white mixing ink from IOD instead of using paint, and I'm going to layer the cursive stamps one right on top of the other in order to connect it. Now, I do have the white mixing ink in stock on my website. And what's great about this is you could use it as white, but it is also so you can mix it with like your red to make pink or your blue to make a light blue or whatever you want. And then I do sell empty mixing bottles. All right, so now that cottage is done, I'm going to pick up that craft right on top. Again, apply some of that white mixing ink, and then we're going to stamp it. I came up with this saying. I did not come up with it. My dear friend Kendra from Nightly Creations, she has a craft cottage. Instead of calling it the she shed, she calls it the craft cottage because that's where she does all of her crafting. So this was definitely inspired by Kendra. After everything was dried, I'm going to take the Painterly Florals transfers and I am going to apply them to the sides of this sign and then also the bottom. So like I said, they do have tack to them, so you don't have to tape them in place. I use my little plastic tool that comes with it, and then I'm pushing it down as I'm coming up. I was totally okay if it got into some of like the lettering. I wanted it to look like pretty organic. I do the same thing for the opposite side, and since this sign is already distressed, I don't mind if some of that transfer like gets on the white because it almost looks like rust. Next, I take the lavender stems and I just cut each one down to like 1 or 3 little lavender pieces, and I'm going to have those coming up the sign. I thought about doing this first before putting the ink, but I've noticed that when you put ink on top of transfers, it makes it the ink very shiny looking. So I did clear this with clear wax after a night of it drying, and I love how this turned out. Now, I realize it does not have a hanger on the back, so I will probably have to glue some kind of twine or jute to the back of it, but this, I think, came out so cute for a random piece. I'm going to take this. This has been in my stash. Let's not talk about how long. $2.99, and it's primitive. It didn't sell. I like the top. I'm just not digging the stars, so I thought, oh, well, that came off easier than I thought. Look at even the nail, how cute and old it looks. Anyways, I will save that. I want to just try and update it a little bit. So let's see what molds I already have made that we could put to some use for this. start off with a sanding block to try to get rid of some of that glue residue. I thought, you know what, I could probably do the back of it, but I'd still have that chunkiness. And then later the whole candle ended up looking distressed and weathered, so it wouldn't have mattered. But why not make things complicated? That's just what we do as crafters. All right, so with all my resin, like pre-made resin pieces, I was trying to see what would kind of fit over like that glue residue. I decided to go with this lock piece from the lock and key mold. I apply it on with some Titebond and some hot glue. Now, I've never tried this before. I'm taking Golden Ticket liquid patina and I'm mixing it with salt wash. You guys, I had this like whole vision in my head on how this candle was supposed to look, and it turned out not looking anything like that. So it did work. It did make it textured, the liquid patina, but it also kind of changed the sheen on the liquid patina. So you can see it almost looks like tan instead of that like bright gold it was. So anyways, I'm taking my chippy brush and we are just going to stipple that on randomly around this candle to create some texture. Now I add crackle medium. And this is where I kind of mess up here because I just wasn't thinking. I'll explain that later, but we are just going to apply that crackle medium sporadically around our candle, and then I use my heat gun to intensify the crackle and speed up the drying process. That was completely dry. I am taking Juniper, again, JRV Cottage color, and I am going to apply 2 coats of this. This application is when I started realizing what I did with the crackle medium. And that is that the crackle medium was going to show the red as the crackle, which that is not what I had in mind whatsoever. I just wanted it to look crackly, but I just was not thinking straight. Not at all. So this is not how I wanted it to come out, but I don't know what I was thinking, because when you apply crackle, it's a resistant, and obviously whatever color's under the crackle is what's going to show through. But I thought when I put a couple coats on it would cover, but it still did not. I mean, it looks really worn and old, so I think I'll just embrace it. Try sanding it. If the red comes through, that's okay. And maybe add like dark wax. I don't know. It's not what I pictured, but let's see if we can make it work. So because we're going to go with it, I am taking my sanding block and I'm going to hit all those hard edges around the top and the base. I'm going to sand over all of these salt wash. Oh no, the kids are freaking out. Okay, I'm back. Everybody's alive. So like I said, I was taking the sanding block and I'm going to sand over any of that salt wash texture that I added and all of the hard edges that are on the candle holder, as well, including the mold itself. Once I was finished with that, I decided I'm going to take some DIY dark wax. I thought this would add like a grungy, like decrepit feeling to it, and it's going to bring out the texture and the crackle that's added. So I just applied it with a Dollar Tree brush, and now I'm taking a paper towel and I am buffing that into that juniper paint color. And you'll see like such a difference when I flip this around, how you could hardly see any of that texture. And then once I apply the dark wax to it and buff it in, you can all of a sudden see where I applied the salt wash, where the crackle is. So it just really settles into all of those beautiful details. And of course, you guys, you know what I did next? Gilded gold wax on the mold. And then I even decided to take a small amount of it and hit any of the areas that I had put the salt wash, and then around the hard edges of the candle. I just thought that it made it like all flow. It's not super noticeable, but I just thought it tied the entire thing together. And this is how it turned out. So what do you guys think? Because this is not how I imagined it whatsoever, but it actually looks really distressed and old and grungy, and I think I'm here for it. I think I am. Let me know your thoughts on it. I love the addition of the mold, and it covered exactly what it needed to cover for me. All right, so I picked this up. It's actually a candle holder, but what an amazing chunky base. I was inspired by this and the little cheese dish here after looking at Antique Farmhouse. So I'm gonna try first. We're gonna try. I would love this to just be one color, but I don't think that's gonna be doable, and I don't want to change this color. So we're gonna try staining this, and if it doesn't work, we're gonna have to pick a different color. All right, so let's try. I grabbed a microfiber cloth and ebony, and I do want to note I did sand this before trying to stain it, and it had some kind of wax or treatment on the wood, and it just repelled the stain color. So I was not able to stain this to be an exact match to the base. So we had to go with, plan two, and that was to paint. So I'm grabbing the JRV Cottage color in Pacific, and I am going to apply 2 coats to this. I was going between Pacific and Anvil, but for whatever reason, the blue was calling my name with that wood base, so I just went with it. So after 2 coats of this, I am going to then take liquid patina, which dries down matte and clear, and I am going to seal this candle holder. I wanted to do that because I envisioned this piece by a sink. I think it's because of the way that I saw it displayed on Antique Farmhouse. So in order to make sure that this lasts a long time, we're going to seal this up. And I promise the liquid patina dries down clear. It's not going to look matte like this. And after I'm done with that, I grabbed my JB Weld, or actually this is like Gorilla Glue. It's like the same thing. And this is what I like to use when I'm putting 2 pieces together like this for a pedestal. However, one side of it was completely gone. So I need to check my cabinet to see if that leaked out. So instead, I'm going to use my Quick and Thick Tight Bond and the Gorilla Clear Grip Glue. I will probably end up shooting one single nail in the middle of that. I do place this down. I wanted the like fatter side of the candle base as the top. You'll see what I mean. And then I just use my ruler and make sure that we have it centered there. And this turned out so stinking cute. I wish, I have kids and my countertops are always like a disaster. There's no way I could keep this on my countertop. But how cool does this look? I even love the way I stole the idea of setting it up from Antique Farmhouse. I stole my husband's soap too to do this. But I love the way these look. I hope that they inspired you to grab some items from your stash, old home decor from your basement or your attic, or even head to the thrift store to find some goodies. Have a good one. Hey everyone. So it seems like this is a new trend, me giving you updates like at the end of the video. So we'll just keep that going for now. So I wanted to update you. My dad has left the building, unfortunately, but I wanted to show you the things that they have worked on when he was here and why we were so busy and stuff. So I'm going to turn the camera around. Don't mind, you guys. This is like real life. I have kids, house is a mess kind of thing. So I'm going to show you what they did because I'm so excited. And yeah, let's turn the camera. Okay, let's start in here. So gosh, you guys, it's been so long since I've given you updates on the house that I don't know what I've shown you and what I haven't. But if you guys remember when I moved into this house, this was bright yellow, like daffodil yellow dining room. And we had popcorn ceilings in here, and just to kind of like They're like old, sorry, it's not gonna put old school popcorn, like the nice thick stuff. So the last time my dad was here, they removed all the popcorn ceiling. We retextured, we hit it down with like a paintbrush to make it look even smoother. Sorry, it like wants to keep focusing on the thing. And then my dad and John put up the bead board. So just the bottom half they got done last time he was here. John built out this window frame himself, so it kind of looks like a little bit craftsman. And then while they were here this next time, or while my dad was just here, they cut out the trim for the top of the beadboard, and they had to do like table saw and stuff because like it had to like butt up, more complicated. But anyways, they got that accomplished. We picked up a new light from Home Depot, and I feel like it totally goes with the vibe. We found this, you guys, on Facebook Market. You guys, yes, that is still there from Christmas, okay? Pregnant, not like it's a whole story. But so that's from Facebook Marketplace, and then I'm going to put this big picture is gonna go on this back wall. And doesn't it just go so well with the green and everything? Oh my gosh, okay. So, gosh, you guys, one day, the floor is what kills me. One day, we're gonna have all of that laid. Okay, and then my dad and John scraped all the popcorn ceiling going down the hallway and then the vaulted like entryway. And they took down cause there was like the old school doorbell, and then at one point there was like a alarm system in here. So they took that down, they patched up like the holes. They had to like fix a bunch of the seams. We retextured. So that is just, I mean, we could have sprayed more texture, but I didn't want to. So we still have to do the primer on here. So like this one, you guys, so you can see, like this one's already like painted and done. Almost looks like stucco. So we still have to do that with this ceiling. And then like they patched up and try to smooth down all of those walls. And then we found, so there is a light in here. Well, there was. So there was a light right here. There was a smoke detector right there. Well, when they removed that smoke detector, it was covering up a light spot. So we actually can put two lights, which totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. John is an electrician, so he was going to make a hole himself so we could put another light there. And guess what? It was hidden the entire time. So we already picked up, like, our house is like, look at how cute these are. They match. They're a little bit more of like a brighter gold, I guess you can say. Like this one is more of a brushed bronze, but since they're gonna be, excuse me, not right next to each other, I don't think it's gonna be a big deal. So they look really good in there. Just wanted to give you guys that update so you can see what we've been working on, what's been going on. We wanted to remove the popcorn ceiling before the new baby came in here because it's just obviously a lot of like dust and debris and all of that, but they knocked this out. So we are so happy. And then we think the next time Dad comes, we are going to, which is when the baby is here, we're going to maybe attempt the flooring. We don't know. So I hope you guys like the update. I'll probably keep doing these at the end of the video. I think it's a little easier than like cutting in between the DIYs and like talking forever. And because I feel like those of you that like care are like, you know, will wait until the end of the video. You guys, I have to show you. So I got pregnant in, I don't know when, but it was around Halloween. And then, you know, we got to Christmas and stuff. You guys, I still have decorations up from like Halloween time. And I started cleaning it up, like angels from Christmas. That was from Halloween, all of this side. Oh, I have so much. But you know what? One step at a time. And I am going to fill these bookshelves with all the blue and white stuff that I've been buying from the thrift store. All right, you guys, I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope that you're feeling inspired. I hope life is treating you well. And I can't wait to be back here again next week. All right, bye, you guys.